Okay, awesome. Well, happy Tuesday, everybody. I'm excited for everybody that was able to make the call. I'm going to give everybody a couple more minutes to log on. I know that a couple people from Leslie's team are going to add on and just kind of listen in today. So we'll give them a couple minutes as everybody's logging on. But we have had probably the biggest month that we have ever had with the company in November. And so I'm super proud of our team. I did realize once I pulled up our team shout outs, these are not in any particular order, even though they're numbered on there. So I'm going to start with shout outs because again, we've had some, big days out there on the golf course. And what I love is that it's by kind of anybody and everybody on the team. Noelani has done a couple cricket holes implementing our new Cancun cards. And even she was saying that, it's a lot of work because you're trying to get them the right driver and then, swipe their credit cards. And then if they pay a certain amount, then they automatically get the trip. And so then you're logging them on for the trip and stuff like that. And so she ended up training somebody for us out in Vegas. And luckily he stuck around to help, she said that she definitely needed the help. But if you guys look at some of these numbers, some of them are, crank it holes or the TSP, which is, a hero day at a golf tournament. Some of them are just, straight hero days. And then we had some really successful super tickets as well with smaller events. So congratulations, to everybody on here. And great job. I'm so excited that the Cancun trips have really helped all of our numbers. And for anybody who is on the call that has no idea what the heck I'm talking about, because they just got through the training and our training doesn't currently cover Cancun. And so anybody that's newer, we have partnered with a company that is allowing us to give a 5-day, 4-night stay to Cancun for 2 adults, and 2 kids, if they're under the age of 12, can go for free. And so we just have a couple minimums that we have to hit. So you just have to collect anywhere from $50 to $100 in order to hand out those trips. And so for anybody that's new, I believe I added that to the welcome. There's information on how to give those out properly, depending on whether or not, it's a hero day versus, TSP or crank it hole. And we've been thinking about adding them into our super tickets and also our elite custom packages. We're just not sure if we want to go ahead and make that switch yet, since we are doing so well out on the golf course. But congratulations, team. Everybody's been doing amazing. And Michael French actually had, I know I gave him a shout out in the team chat and on the Facebook page, but he had 3, if not 4, right, Mike? Brand new hero courses all happen on the same weekend, Veterans Day weekend. Mike, I know you've been working on those courses for a while now. Do you have any tips for the team as we have new people coming on board trying to talk to courses?
No, you just have to persevere. I mean, sometimes it takes a year before you can get somebody to turn around and listen to you properly. Other times it's just a change in management. So just keep going back, because these guys, even though they're general managers, sometimes they change locations, and that can help you out or it can hurt you.
Yeah, absolutely. And so we have a lot of new people in different areas in California and in Florida. I know we have a couple newbies on the call today. I'm so excited. We actually did a review call with Cole today. He's out in St. Petersburg. He's on the call. And so any tips or tricks or anything that you or Noelani or just anybody on the team has for acquiring new courses, that is definitely greatly invited. And as you can see, Cole and some of the other newbies, these reps are making great money, and a lot of these numbers were on the same weekend. I know Noelani made a comment about how she raised over $10,000, in one weekend using our multiple programs.
It really is just going out and talking to them. Even at the course that I was at, Revere, I've been there 3 times now, in Las Vegas. And I think just finding that right person and the moment where they can talk to you, it's going to be, awesome. Andy was there, or I'm sorry, yeah, Andy was there with me as well, and he could see the potential of just one course, and how open and the players that were there. So I think, just like Michael said, just go in and go through the steps of what you do, and talking to the right person and finding that right person in those moments you'll find it. Just you persevere. So that's
Yeah. Well, thank you for that. Let's get into what I have on here. So, newly acquired courses, so that the team knows, I run different spiffs throughout the year. And so because we have so many new areas getting up and going, we have Kyla out in Santa Barbara that just came on board. Super excited to meet her next week. So for the month of November, which, is going to be done here in like a day or two, whoever closes and has start dates with brand new courses wins a $50 gas card for all that driving around that you guys are going to be doing. And so we'll have a new spiff, which I'll announce next Tuesday on next Tuesday's team call. But it's usually something either, involved around just helping your business. And then, whether that's getting new hero courses or booking, multiple programs at different events and stuff like that. So I'm really excited that we even have, on the team, multiple people going and getting these new courses. I'm like, Brett has one, Carter, Dustin just had a brand new hero course get started on Veterans Day. Alyssa came out here to Florida. She's from Southern California and helped me go into courses as well. But Michael French has definitely taken it away with his 3 courses starting a couple weekends ago. So great job, Mike. And I'm sure that Cole, he just actually got out of a meeting with a couple people about getting courses going in his area. So I would say, even though there's a couple days left of the month, it's definitely not unheard of to have somebody just come in and take it away with getting some new start dates and hero courses. So with that, what I wanted to kind of focus on today, and I know I sent this out prior, but with the holiday and everything, I figured most people probably didn't open up their emails. I feel like I tried to really stay off my phone during the holidays. I hope everybody got to enjoy their time with their families or their loved ones for Thanksgiving. But what I was really wanting to focus on today was just taking advantage of your time, on the golf course, and maximizing everything that's around you while you're there, fundraising. So this could be any event, you guys. It doesn't matter if it's a hero day, if it's a golf tournament, if you're out there, demoing drivers, whatever it might be. One thing that I have actually forgotten that I used to do like crazy, I would never let any group get off of the tee box with me without bringing up as they're walking to their carts, that, hey, if you guys are, playing in any other golf tournaments, or if you guys help put one on, or if you sponsor any of the golf tournaments, please let me know. We would absolutely love to sponsor a hole or a contest or something like that. And I feel like that really helped start, growing my business. And so I feel like that alone, just bringing that up, leaving it as is, you might have 15 groups come through and nobody has a lead for you, but then you might talk to one person finally, and he's in like 10 different events for the year. And he's like, yeah, for sure. Send me what you got, and so now you have different leads. People have already met you and they like you, and it's probably donated on the hole that you're at, whether it's a hero day or a tournament. And so they already have an idea of what the heck you're trying to pitch to them. And from there, you can just grow and offer more. So definitely just take advantage of, being out there and meeting fresh faces all the time. It can only help you. Now, with the course that you're at, one thing that I would love, not only for myself to get better at, but that I want to teach everybody too is, if you can find out ahead of time, with some of the tournaments coming up or hero days, this is probably more tournament based, finding out who that general manager is ahead of time. So then that way, say you get there an hour and a half early instead of an hour early before a tournament. then you can find out who he is if he has a couple of minutes and, you know, give him a quick pitch or even just take a hero packet. It's definitely not a bad idea. But every course that you're at for tournaments should essentially be a lead, you know, for getting them as a hero course, because you're already there, you're supporting a good charity or a cause, you know, whatever fundraisers going on out there. And then keeping in mind, you know, that that you want to represent yourself really well, but also elite. And so, you know, making sure you're on time and just having a positive attitude. And I think it's hard to kind of keep in mind sometimes when you're new, because everything is just kind of coming at you and you're like, okay, where do I need to go? What do I need to do? Do I even know the program all the way? But really making sure that as you start to work more events, that if anything, you want to become that person that helps like take the stress and like the load off of these tournament directors. You know, you're like, hey, no worries, we got this. And especially when it comes to like super tickets and stuff like that, when you're at registration, being able to just pretty much just hold down like the registration table, you're, you know, cool, calm, and collected, all of that, and positive and happy. That's what's gonna have them, you know, really invite you back. And so when the tournament sees that, but also the golf course, then they're definitely going to be more open to talking to you. And then what I would do as well is that if you happen to be around, you know, a tournament where maybe they only have 60 players, so you're only out there for a couple hours working your hole, and now you have the rest of the day. If you could just go into, you know, 3 to 5 extra courses that are in that area, then awesome, you know. You might as well hit what else is around you, since you do have more time and you're not out there for, you know, anywhere from 5 to 8 hours for a tournament. So just little things like that, I feel like you could really help like maximize your time out there. And then what I am going to start doing as well is maybe not everybody on the team is super interested in, you know, demoing the drivers, or they don't know a lot about them, or you know, they just want to focus on hero. One thing I would do is try to just have one. You know, if you can make some extra money, you know, order that hero edition driver, and just having it on your table, no matter what program it is, it's a conversation starter. Carter was out doing a hero day for a tournament, so TSP, and he had a driver out there, and people were talking to him all day, like, oh my gosh, that thing's good looking. And he was like, yeah, check out like the flag and all this stuff. Oh, well, have you heard of Crank? No, I haven't. And he was like, oh, well, they're known for, you know, the world long drive competitions, and this is why. And Carter really enjoys like breaking down, you know, the different metals and how we like build the head, and how we have 3 different heads per swing speed and all those things. And so people were like, oh, well, can I demo them somewhere? He's like, as a matter of fact, yes, I'd love to meet you at a driving range. And so, again, it's just a good conversation starter. It can end up helping you, you know, booking like more appointments and stuff like that for people to demo them. And for the newer people on the call, really keeping in mind, because I know you just learned a ton of stuff in that training, but after your base, you're able to sell our drivers for whatever dollar amount you want. You know, so on the website right now on Crank, I believe that the base price is anywhere from $649 to $699. I don't usually sell them for that personally. I know my mom has at a couple events. I actually just ran into somebody at a tournament, was like, your mom sold me that driver for full price a couple years ago. And I was like, oh my gosh, I remember that. But yeah, I'm like, you guys are making anything above $319. So if you have a friend that wants to try it, or your dad, or whoever it might be, of course, give them a great discount, you know. But on these other people, I think that it's very normal for people to spend anywhere from, you know, $449 to even $599 for a driver. So keep that in mind. And
Yeah,
then
definitely. You want to have one with you, even on the par 3 contest, whether it be a tournament or a hero day. I just sold one at a hero day on Veterans Day to a guy who, because I had it there and I had the American flag hero version of it, had it there on the table, in bright sun, so he could actually see it. And I make sure everybody can see it when they're walking up to the tee box. I ended up selling another one.
Yeah. And Mike, I'm like, wouldn't you say, like, I honestly sold a few of them just because people liked the look of the driver. You know, they're like, oh, I'm going to put this up in my office. So I always tell people too, I kind of laugh. I'm like, oh, I don't trust myself to hit our drivers yet. So I have one up in my office because it looks really good, but I will probably ruin the top of that head as I'm learning. So anyway.
I love, Audra, the multiple streams of income that you can do on each one of the holes. So you're starting with the hero hole, and you can also do this, or you can also do that. So, I mean, getting overwhelmed could be part of it as well, but I know that once you get it down, it's just adding, the next thing is really, it's critical, because I mean, you're making an extra $250 that day. And the guy who bought my club full price, it was because he took it that day. I did not have another club. So I was like, well, it's up to you for full price. So,
Well,
and he did.
he
So I
loved
said,
it.
okay.
He had
And he
nothing but
loved
great
it.
things to say about it. It was at the Forgotten Children Inc. tournament, which is one of my favorite tournaments we do every single year. They help like human trafficking and trafficking of kids. And they're doing like big things in the LA area. But no, he came through and was super excited to try the newest one and everything. So he was totally okay, with paying full price. Outside of that, I kind of got ahead of myself earlier, but just like reiterate on, if you get done with an event early, I'm like, Joseph Harrell is going and covering a tournament on base this weekend out in Jacksonville, and they have about 60-ish players, so he'll probably get done in a couple hours. So I'm like, what I would do is to look up, okay, what 3 to 5 courses are around this course, so on my way home I can go hit them, and I haven't talked to them yet, and so just making sure that whenever you're at any event, or course or doing anything, that you are fully maximizing your time, just so you can be more successful and just faster, So outside of that, really, that was kind of what I wanted to cover today, but I wanted to see if anybody had any questions or anything to add.
Audra, I know Tracy's on this call, and if she'll unmute for a second, she is wonderful about setting up early and staying even just moments, even an hour after the event, and being able to get a few more donations.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Tracy, if you don't mind, if she shares a little bit of what she found to do.
Not at all. I usually try to read each group out because, some of them don't like one program over another. So I always do my regular pitch, and if they don't take it, then I'll offer something else. But if we have a tournament going and they have regular play going as well that day, I will set up before or stay even after and try to get more regular players to participate. They can't do the closest to the pin, but they can still do hole in one, and they can still try for the land on the green for $50. So, and I've gotten a few of them that way.
Yeah, and I know that we have a few new people. I've said that a few times, but for the newbies, I will send you those videos with the pitches for the different programs. But essentially, what we're doing with the Cancun trips is on Hero Days, they can come through, they can donate any amount, right, to help out the Hero program, and they're added in for closest to the pin and the hole-in-one. They get a virtual gift bag. But if anybody donates $50 and they land the green, like Tracy was just saying, then they automatically get a 5-day, 4-night stay in Cancun for 2 adults. So we sign them up on the hole, or we get their information so we can do it later. But what we've been offering is if anybody donates $99, then they automatically get that trip for helping the Hero program so much. And then similar, but a little different for Crank It Hole, we've been doing, hey, we're asking for $25 per person. If 2 people donate, they get to go to our world record spot at 483 yards, and they're lying 1 from there. But if anyone in the group chooses to double their donation and donate $50 instead, then they automatically get that trip. And then, of course, if the whole group donates, $25 each, then they have a guaranteed 2 on a par 5, stuff like that. And so we have a few different options, and anybody from Leslie's team, if you guys don't have those different pitches, I have 4 different ones for either a hero day, TSP, and then the crank it hole for prizes, or if we're doing cash, then I'd be happy to send you those pitches and videos for you guys. So let me know.
One of them that works really well for me is when you can tell that the group is pretty competitive with the guys, because you know how they like to bet within each other, is if there's 4 of them or 3 of them, you can do $25 or $33 each. You get the 99 or the $100 from the group. Whoever gets closest, because some of them can't land on the green, it doesn't matter if they land on the green or not. Out of the 4 of them, whoever gets the closest will win the trip.
Yes. Yep, absolutely. And so,
And they go for that a lot.
yeah. And you know, I'm like, and just so that you guys know, like, you can switch up the pitch. And if you find something that's working, let us know. This is a brand new program we're implementing. We just started this the last weekend in September. So as long as you stick to either getting anywhere from $50 to $99 in donations to give out the trip, then our company's happy. So let us know what's working for you guys.
Yeah, I pretty much also tell them, you know, after I give them that pitch, it's pretty much for every $99 to $100 I get, guys, I can give out one of these trips. So, and then they're like, wait, if I give you $400 right now, you'll give me 4 trips. And I'm like, exactly.
And it sounds crazy, but it really does happen. I've had groups come play through and they turned back around 2 holes later to come back and sign up 3 more people in their group. I was like, sweet.
I've got 2 of them to do all 4, 800, and just matter of two groups. So
yeah. And then one other thing that I do a lot, if I know that I'm not going to squeeze out $50 from them, especially on like a hero day, say they donated $20. If they hit and they land the green, afterward, I'm in their ear, hey, just so you know, because I wouldn't feel right not telling you, if you want to fill that gap to $50, so if you donate $30 more, I'm going to sign you up for that trip since you're on the green. And a lot of people go for that. So again, I just bring up that, like, it's all about helping the hero program or whatever tournament we're at. So we don't care if it comes before or after. I would just make sure that you wait to see what people are willing to donate first before offering that too early.
Exactly.
But my calls, you guys, end up being a little bit shorter sometimes, unless like I'm really going over different programs. So today I was just excited, you know, to introduce some new people on the team that are coming in our different areas. You know, Kyla out in Santa Barbara and Cole in St. Petersburg. I saw that Nate's on here from Arizona, which is Leslie's team, and, you know, a bunch of other people. Nate, I love your dedication, by the way. He is on the call while he's driving, and I'm assuming running errands. That looks like maybe a store in the background. I'm like, love that.
I'm in Home Depot right now. I got some roofing jobs on today.
I love it. I'm like, that's so great. So no excuses. I'm going to make sure the rest of my team knows. Nate was in Home Depot on the call today, you guys.
I have 2 questions.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
So can I sell the Cancun trips to anyone?
Yes, you can.
At any time, anywhere. Like I'm walking into the clubhouse, the food and beverage guy says, hey, what's that sign mean?
Yes, so that happens a lot on the course. When you're doing like a hero day or you're there for a tournament, I've had several of the drink cart girls go, wait, what are you doing? And so I'm like, and I'll explain it to them. And I've had the drink cart girls come up and donate so they can get a trip also.
Well, you know, it's wintertime here in New Mexico, and there's no tournaments and stuff going on.
Oh,
But
okay.
I could go to the mall and sell 100 of those a day.
Oh, and you know what? I'm so glad that you brought that up, because I had a call with David Wills yesterday, and I was hoping David was going to be on the call, but I know he has his own team stuff going on today. They're doing something at Home Depot, actually, and I don't know exactly what it is, but they're allowing them to go set up basically a hero booth, since they're doing some sort of fundraising for veterans with Home Depot. And so he took my spinning wheel idea, which is on my Amazon Elite link, if anybody wants that as well. And it basically you can like change the stuff on your spinning wheel because it's like a dry erase marker. And so he's going to have them donate anywhere from like $20 to $50 to spin the wheel and either win like the Cancun trip or a virtual gift bag card, the USP that we offer. And then I was giving him other ideas like, hey, you should just offer like $250 off like you know, and just add different things on there. So he was super excited yesterday.
Okay, my last question is, of the $99, what do I get to keep?
So whatever like percentage you're at with the company, whether it's 15, 20, 25%, then you make that off of whatever you fundraise for the day, just like you would at a tournament.
Okay, but not the 25% of the 99?
Yeah, so like at a hero day, if we're offering those Cancun trips and people are just donating any amount, which could still happen if you set up at the mall, whatever, say you're out of the mall and you raised $1,000, for easy numbers. And if you're an ATM, then you're making 20%. So you just made $200 for hanging out at the mall that day, no matter how many trips you gave out or anything.
So if to raise $1,000, that means I would sell 10 Cancun trips.
Yeah. So what I would do if you really were going to set up at the mall or anywhere, I would have it be hero related. So then people aren't just, coming up just getting something for Cancun. It could be any dollar amount. So that'll hopefully help you fundraise more. And I think that when people see that it's tied in with military and first responders, people will come up and give you other dollar amounts.
Yeah, I'm not saying that wouldn't happen. I'm just saying I have groups of people, 5 here, 10 there, that could buy them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, exactly. So
Right.
You'll still have
Okay.
like your percentage no matter what.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. You're doing an amazing job.
Well, thank you. Does anybody else have any
Hi,
questions?
Jeff. I know I've talked to Magali about this, but some of the things that I do would
Yes,
be
give me examples, please.
okay.
I was
so
gonna
like
connect David
for
with
every $100 or $99 that you raise, you could give a trip. And that would be maximizing your time out where you are and also putting some type of structure. So I think we need maybe some structure to this. And maybe John's the person to be our guinea pig, John. But I know you can do raffles, you can do different things, but I know Magali does this a lot. So maybe hearing what she has to say would be a good idea. Do you
I
mind?
agree. This is her baby.
Okay.
Hi, you guys. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm listening to Tracy's idea. I have to tell her she's on the right track. I've been known as the option queen, right? So if they want this, I've got this. If they don't want that, I got that, all that kind of stuff. So there are many ways to fundraise using the Cancun trips by doing raffles and creating a basket that has maybe the virtual gift bag inside. Maybe it has a gift certificate to the Crank It Club of $50 off. And then you insert a Cancun trip. Now you've got this basket that's valued. The trip itself is retailed at $800. So now you've got this basket. So if you're at the mall, you're at the store, it's easy to do baskets, and not just for the purpose of Cancun, but for the other, like Audrey was saying, for the other stuff that can be included that all falls under, hero program, hero days, maybe it's certificates to the golf courses, whatever have you. But that's, iLifestyle has found multiple ways of utilizing or having these Cancun trips be an incentive by doing raffles, by doing auction, a silent auction. You could be somewhere and you can have these baskets and you can have the silent auction sheet. You can start the baskets at $50. And at that event, you'll get whatever, people actually auction that item for. So with Tracy, I do the par 3 closest to the pin, and I do just that. I collect, it's a $100 donation, because I'm not selling the trip itself for $100. I am collecting a donation. So I will do $100 donation, because these guys, like Tracy mentioned, they're very competitive. And if everybody donates $100, if everybody donates whatever price that donation is, whoever is closest to the pin automatically wins this trip. And it's good because, as she mentioned, not everybody will land on the green. Unfortunately, they're going to think that they are, but not everybody lands on the. So having the different options is what you want.
Yeah.
And whatever works for that group is what, as long as you can get that donation, the rest, is easy. So, and I wanted to cover Mike French. I do want to cover while I guys on this call, some things about these Cancun trips. So there are brokers out there that because in Cancun, everything is a timeshare. So everything all the resorts, everything you see in Cancun is a timeshare. So through the years, they use brokers to get people down to Cancun. They use this trip so that they can do a tour and do a presentation and all of that. With iLifestyle, I came in 15 years ago and I changed it from the standpoint of, okay, if I bring you people, not necessarily for the timeshare presentation, but to raise money for a charity, can we eliminate? So we have to understand that it is because of iLifestyle and the relationship of iLifestyle that I have with them, that these people do not go through a presentation. They do not go through a tour, but there might be other people that will receive the same Cancun trip. If there is no iLifestyle logo on there, if there is no Hero Program logo on there, they are going to have to go through a tour, a presentation, because it's something that's very exclusive. It's an exclusive deal that was done with iLifestyle that I'm helping as a way for iLifestyle to help raise money for the charity. So in Mike French's case with this gentleman, there is an age. We're all fully aware about the 30 age. There is a maximum age as well. It's 30 to 70. However, I spoke to, I had a conference call early this morning to make an exception because we are vets, right? You're dealing with the veterans, and they will make an exception. You still have to display that the certificate is for 30 to 70 because it's part of the program. It's just that through us, we will make an exception on a case-by-case basis. So we don't want to promote that, oh, for the Hero Program, you could be, 75 and we don't want to promote it. We want to respect their terms and conditions, but we will know amongst ourselves that all we need to do is capture their information like you normally do for the winner, and then just make a notation. This person is over 70 years of age. So when the welcome call comes in, they already know at the reservation center to go ahead and fulfill that person's reservation. So I wanted to make sure that really put that out there for you guys. If any situation happen, we just need to address it on a case-by-case basis and get the approval of it so that we don't have any issues, we don't have any complaints, and we don't come across that, we're scammers. And I hope that information helps.
How would you recommend that we make a notation to that effect if it looks like this person's over 70 and we actually ask them and they say, yes, I am? How would we let corporate know that in our notations?
Well, because we can, we're dealing with, we can't age discriminate anybody that is giving a donation. That we have to keep that in mind. So I don't necessarily look at a person to see if they're under 30, if they're over 70. I don't question it. Because we're doing this program and we are in agreement with Cancun, if that person donates and wins that trip and happens to be over 70, we just need to document it. We don't need to bring it to their attention because the trip is 100% transferable. So we don't need to bring it to their attention. We just need to make sure on our end that we notify Cancun that we've got a donor here who is over 70. And then they will treat them just like anybody else. So we really don't want to make it stand out. I just want to make the point that we need to keep it on there. People need to see that it's 30 to 70. And we can let that, if that person says, oh, but I'm 70, I'm 71. Do I still qualify? Yes. This is an exception because you're donating to the Hero program. Only when that comes up, but it's only when that comes up.
Right.
Because I honestly, in my 15 years, the NFL alumni had, I gave a Cancun trip to a Hall of Famer who was 71 years old, and I didn't know about the 70 year age. And it wasn't until they called it in to do their reservation that I was then notified about the age. So we made an exception for the NFL alumni, the retired players, the Hall of Famers. If they want to use the trip, they can use the trip. So it's the same thing for the Hero program.
Yeah, I understand. We're not necessarily telling the people there, but how do we notify Cancun or you when we think that this person might be over 70, so we can avoid any calls to where they're calling in and not knowing about it and they get treated like everybody else and told that they don't qualify because
Right.
they're 70.
Well, it's right, but they're not, Mike, because Cancun Cards now is letting the reservation center know that if they get somebody that's over 70, they're just going to continue with the reservation. So Cancun is fully aware that anybody that comes in from High Lifestyle Hero program,
Okay.
but on our end, we just need to make sure to point that out.
Okay.
When you capture that information, just send a notation on that. But Cancun Cards is going to be fully aware. We won't have to worry about that.
Okay.
The other end of that, though, is the 30 years old. So be aware that we have to make sure that we are checking the minimum age requirement for this. Because we just had 4.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
That one
aware.
for sure. We can't make exceptions. We cannot make exceptions under 30 because unfortunately, they just had a bad experience and the cost is on them. So they've upped that 30 age, and there are going to be occasions, again, there's going to be an occasion where the mother, the father, they want to take, they want to give this, their son is getting married, he's 28, again, I don't want to promote it, but we take it on a case by case basis. But if Cancun sees that, there's 30, 40, 50, I mean, let me put things in perspective right now. So they've already done close to 1,000 welcome calls. Mike French may have sent, I just heard about this one yesterday. So out of almost 1,000 people, we deal with a couple that might be of age, or we might deal with a couple that are under 30. But for the bases, we have to make sure that we stay within those parameters out of the respect of the details of participation for the Cancun Cards. Does that make sense?
Just make sure that you keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, I don't know the details because it wasn't my under 30s, but from what I understand, these guys were married and under 30. So I don't know if that makes a difference other than just be aware, you know? So it next time it'll, you know, as we go forward, we'll just be aware and ask. And it says it on our little forms, minimum age is 30, so we're good.
We take it as we go. We have to understand the volume we are producing. And yes, we're going to have situations, certain situations that come up like these. I think there's been a total of about 12 people that may or may not have received a welcome call. But again, we have to see the bigger picture that we've handled over 800 welcome calls. So that, you know, this is all to be expected, but the goal here is to work together, keep the brand name of iLifestyle, of Elite, of Cancun Cards to its utmost respect, and just work together and know that everybody's working together for the same goal, and that is to raise as much money as we can by providing this incentive, this trip, as a thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm like, at the end of the day, I'm like, it's always about the charity, right? So like the trips are exciting, but you know, I'm like bringing up that they're giving us money to help out military and first responders with their hero program or whatever tournament we're at, is really like the biggest thing. So I think just getting them to like realize that, and then that they can transfer it to someone else, you know, is like the biggest thing. Wouldn't you guys say?
I would say that for sure.
Yep.
It's a gift.
But Magali, I love whenever you can make these calls because I feel like I literally learn something new every single time. So I'm so grateful to have you on here and just giving us, you know, like tips and ideas of, you know, fundraising with the Cancun stuff when it's not, you know, associated with golf. So thank you.
Of course. I'll always be here for you guys. So
Like,
don't ever think, oh my God, we're going to bother her with this again. No, I love it. We're all love it.
Thank you, Meg.
Since this is new for anyone, you know, several people on the call, did anybody have any questions for either Magali or with, you know, about anything at all?
I just have one comment about the notification there on the screen on the left. This was brought up a couple of weeks ago when we were talking about the value of the trip.
Okay.
Got it currently at 800/adult, so that makes it look like
Leslie,
a $1,600 value.
Yeah,
We
it's
really-
$100 total. Thank you.
Yeah, we really need to get that slash out of there.
Okay. And then
So
I'm going
it's-
to change the age on there too, so that it
Yeah.
does say 30 to 70. So I'm so glad you pointed that out, Mike. I'm going to send Leslie those notes right after this call.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you.
I'm like, perfect. Well, thank you guys so much for making the call today. I'm super excited we're able to go over some information, but if anybody has any questions or just, you know, needs any of the things that we went over, like the Amazon link or any of the pitching videos on the different programs, definitely let me know, or let your RVPs know so I can get it over to them to send to you. But thank you guys for taking time out of your Tuesday, and I hope everybody has a great week and finishes out the month strong. So let us know how we can help.
Audria, for all that you do, keeping us all in line.
I do my best. I'm like, but thank you.
Thank you, Audra.
You're awesome. Awesome.
All right. Well, thank you guys, and I will talk to everybody here soon.
Thank
Thank
you.
Thank
Have a good
you.
day, guys.
Have a good
Thank
day.
you.
Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Bye.